What is the Private Health Services Plan? Well, the Private Health Services Plan, or PHSP, is not an insurance program. There are no monthly premiums. The PHSP utilizes Canada Revenue Agency's guidelines under the Income Tax Act for eligible medical expenses. This permits more items for coverage than your traditional premium-based benefit plan. The PHSP permits your farm to reimburse you and your participating employees for family medical expenses that are eligible. These expenses become a full business deduction to your farm. The Private Health Services Plan and eligible expenses. Eligible expense requirements for the PHSP are far more flexible than those for insurance programs. A couple of quick examples of this are that the PHSP does not base reimbursement amounts on the customary fee guides, therefore limiting certain coverages. Also, pre-existing health conditions makes no difference in regards to coverage. The PHSP can cover items that are only partially covered by insurance or not at all. An example of this is many insurance programs cover only 80% of regular dental, 50% of major dental, and nothing for items like dental implants. The PHSP can cover up to 100% of these. The PHSP can be used as a top-up plan with any group or individual plan to cover items such as mentioned in the last point. The PHSP can also be a completely standalone plan. Some more eligible expenses with the Private Health Services Plan. All prescriptions, eyeglasses and contact lenses, basic and major dental including orthodontics, implants, and dentures, mileage to and from medical employments greater than 40 kilometers one way, assessments and or treatments received from a registered health practitioner. These can include massage therapist, chiropractor, naturopath. Premiums paid into health and dental, travel health, long-term care, and disability insurance plans. Laboratory and medical tests, including blood tests, cardiographs, x-rays, and others. Many other medical expenses allowed under the Canadian Income Tax Act. Getting started with the Private Health Services Plan. The PHSP setup varies depending on the farm structure. For self-employed operations, the effective date is aligned with the calendar year. This means if you sign up before the end of December 2012, the effective date of the Private Health Services Plan will be January 1st of 2012. Annual benefit limits per participant are based on Canada Revenue Agency's guidelines of $1,500 per adult and $750 per child. Unused benefits or credits are surrendered at year end. So if you don't use them, you lose them. Getting started with the Private Health Service Plan setup for incorporated farms. The effective date for the plan can be aligned either with the calendar year or the farm's fiscal year. The annual benefit limits per participant are determined by the employer and by the class of employee. The employee class is also set up by the employer. There are no set maximums for benefit limits by the CRA or by the Income Tax Act of Canada. Participants must have an employee connection to the farm. This means that T4 income is required to be received by the participant or employee. There is no minimum T4 requirement to help establish the employee-employer relationship. For example, a director could receive a T4 income for an amount of $100 for the year and be eligible to participate in the Private Health Service Plan as an employee. Note that unused benefit credits can be carried forward, but only for one benefit year. Don't forget about your family with the Private Health Services Plan. Family members are automatically included in the PHSP. For those that are self-employed and have a PHSP, they incorporate family members in their annual benefit limit for submitted eligible expenses and list them as dependents. Incorporated farms have family members listed as an employee dependent and include them in their determined annual benefit limit. Dependent children are eligible until age 18. Note that while student children are attending an accredited full-time school, they can be considered a dependent to age 25. The Private Health Services Plan. What's the cost? There is a one-time setup fee of $250 plus GST. This includes association member discount of $50. This setup fee includes the creation and establishment of a private health service plan under the registered farm name and adds the first 5 employee participants free of charge. A 10% administration fee is applied to eligible expense claims. Note that these expenses must be adjudicated and approved in order for the 10% administration fee to be applied. This means that the 10% administration fee would not be applicable in the case of an expense that was ineligible or not approved. Okay, the Private Health Services Plan sounds pretty good so far, but where's the savings? Let's say we have an individual in the 35% personal marginal tax bracket with an annual income of $50,000. The situation without the PHSP is that there is $1,000 of uncovered medical, health, and dental expenses. As these expenses are being paid personally, there is no administration fee. However, in order to pay the $1,000 in medical bills, we will need $1,562.50 in income. We need this because we will be taxed $562.50, leaving us with $1,000 for our medical expenses. Our true actual expense is in the amount of $1,562.50. Let's now take a look at the Private Health Services Plan. We have the same $1,000 in uncovered medical, health, and dental expenses. The administration fee in adjudicating and approving the claim is $105. This means that the business is paying a total that is comprised of $1,000 of medical bills plus $105 in administration fees and applicable taxes, for a total expense of $1,105. In this year alone, there is a savings of $457.50 with the Private Health Services Plan. Here are some of the farm benefits with the Private Health Services Plan. The ability to offer employees compensation beyond their salary while staying within the farm budget. There are no monthly premiums, age restrictions, or medical questionnaires to be a participant in the PHSP. The PHSP allows the employer to separate employees by class and adjust their annual benefit limits accordingly. You can use this feature to distinguish a farm manager or perhaps a key employee to your operation. Employees really appreciate the freedom of having only one set maximum for family, health, and dental expenses to be divided however they require, whether it be orthodontics, eyeglasses, massage therapy, etc. Stop Loss Program. This program can be available to Private Health Service Plan participants if the employer so chooses. PHSP participants under age 70 are eligible. The Stop Loss Program is a comprehensive medical and travel insurance coverage for members that experience unexpected medical expenses both at home and while traveling globally. Farms with groups of 2 or more participants with at least one arm's length employee have their pre-existing condition waived. Understand that family members are considered employee dependents and not employees under this condition. Some more about the Stop Loss Program. One portion of the Stop Loss Program is travel medical coverage. There is a 60-day per trip maximum, with a $1 million lifetime maximum per person. The other portion to the Stop Loss Program is in-Canada medical coverage. There is a $125,000 maximum per injury or sickness per person per year. There is also a $50,000 per person per injury or sickness lifetime maximum for each expense category. There is a $2,500 applicable deductible per person per year of covered expenses, which can be claimed through PHSP, other benefit program, or paid for personally. What are the costs associated with the Stop Loss Program? Well, there are low monthly premiums for 3 types of stop-loss coverage plans. For the single plan, it is $7.26 per month. For the couple plan, it's $13.98 per month. And for the family plan, it's $17.97 per month. Thank you for participating in this presentation regarding the Private Health Service Plan and the Stop Loss Program. We really do appreciate your time and hope that we've demonstrated the benefit of these plans and programs to you. At this time, we will be fielding any questions regarding this presentation. Thank you once again.